for dinner. Today we're gonna have some zucchini pasta with a delicious raw marinara topped with some meatballs, which we already made in advance, so those are just warming, actually warming in the toaster oven. If your toaster oven has a dehydrate function, it's a great way to warm things up instead of waiting for the actual dehydrator. So let's get started. Let's get the sauce going while we make the noodles. The noodles are gonna be super easy. Now, from our recipes that we made yesterday, we used only 1/3 of this red pepper, so we're gonna go ahead and use about half of it and leave the other third. And we'll just eat that tomorrow. We're gonna toss that in there with 2 whole ripe tomatoes. Now we just wanna cut the little tops off there. There we go. 2 whole ripe juicy yummy tomatoes. 1 clove of garlic. You can add more if you like, but keep in mind raw garlic's a little more potent than when you cook it, so you don't want to overdo it. You can always add more. Had 1 garden tomato here and 1 Roma tomato, any kind you like, as long as they're ripe and juicy and ready to rock. They should be delicious. Now we also have some sun-dried tomato ketchup that we made. Now depending if you used store-bought sun-dried tomatoes or these were sun-dried from our own garden. So our color of our sun-dried tomato ketchup is a little bit more yellow because we had a mix of all different kinds of delicious tomatoes that were growing in our garden. So this sun-dried tomato ketchup, again, we made this in advance. We made this yesterday, and we're just gonna use 1 tablespoon of that. We're gonna give it a taste and see how that comes out. We might need to add a little bit more. I'm also gonna flavor it. You can flavor it however you like to flavor your sauce. I'm just adding a dash of oregano there. And I'm gonna add a couple whole leaves of the basil. We're gonna top it with basil anyway, so it'll have plenty of basil flavor. We're gonna add that in there just for good measure. Okay, and let's whip this on up. Okay, this is mixing up well. The consistency is looking really good. This is gonna make a lot of noise. I'm gonna let her rip. Now, the reason we're gonna let this keep blending, even though it's already blended enough to be a delicious sauce, is because that will actually warm the sauce so that we can have the experience of a nice hot dinner. So I'm gonna let this rip while I spiralize the zucchini. And in case you haven't used one of these before, it is very easy. You just simply turn it and the noodles are gonna come right out. So you can watch while we have this annoying noise going on. Nice and warm. Not the most peaceful noise to do your cooking to, but it definitely works. So let's go ahead and show you what we have here. We have the nice noodles that we made with the spiralizer. We're gonna just put a little bit of olive oil on those. And I like to put just a dash of the fresh garlic powder too. And then we are going to give these a nice toss here. Actually, let me just grab a fork here. Toss these right on together in that olive oil. It's a little chunk from the spiralizer going on. Okay, so there's our noodles. Easy. I'm going to put this here so you tilt it so you can see it a little bit. There we go. Oh, nice. Okay, perfect amount. I'm going to top this with some of our marinara sauce. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Okay, we're gonna top that with just a little bit of sauce. Actually, I lie. I'm gonna top it with a lot of sauce because the sauce is my favorite part of this meal. All right, we'll leave that there a second. Let me grab the meatballs here. Okay. I've warmed these meatballs that we made yesterday. Just warmed those in the toaster oven a little bit. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and we're gonna top that with a little bit of basil. We have a little bit of a sauce dripping down there, but that's okay. All right, you can see that that looks so delicious. I think I had a fork around here. Let me taste and make sure that it's delicious. But you can see after a long day at work, all that preparation that we did to make those meatballs yesterday is totally worthwhile, because now we have a quick, easy dinner that took us just a few minutes to make in the blender and on our little spiralizer here. I'm gonna chop up one of these meatballs. Oh, yum. And that was a dinner super, super fast. So much for raw food taking a long time to prepare. We just did this together in under 10 minutes. Let me taste and make sure it's good. my gosh. Oh yeah, the flavor of those meatballs that we made yesterday, really good. As they sit overnight, as they sit in your fridge, they excuse me, delicious. They get even more flavorful, so I think you'll really enjoy them. So there's dinner for tonight. If you want to hang around and make some sweeties, I definitely recommend the raw cacao pudding. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.